What's poppin', everybody? It's your girl, Rocky Harris, and you are watching Friday Nights Live. Duh, another episode, and I'm so excited for this special guest that we have tonight. I'm in a different setting, so bear with me. What's up? Come on, we already got people already in the live going on. What's up, Lami Lam? What's up? How y'all doing? But yes, again, we have an amazing, amazing guest. So let me go ahead and intro her. She's a TV producer, writer, director, and overall filmmaker. She's a Chicago native, a Nigerian queen, and one of my favorite fashionistas. She's also debuting her short film Moments today on YouTube. Please go check it out. Please, everyone, welcome Miss Oluwatoyin Giwa. What's up? Okay, come on, Chicago in the building. I got a question for y'all later too. That's specific to y'all. What's up? Come on, can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me. I know we do like tested and all that before.
All good. I can
Okay.
hear you fine. I can see you well. You are,
Listen,
of course, glowing, skin popping.
listen, okay. The less I have to wear makeup, the better. Okay. I come on just for these things. And
Good.
that's come on, clear skin though, and this background.
You know, just a little.
No, I'm so like it's literally the best when you get to talk to people who you already know in real life.
Yes,
So it's a comforting moment. So I want this to be super comfortable for both of us.
of
But
course.
congratulations, moments, y'all. And if you guys have questions, statements, things, love, affirmations for Toyin, please drop it in the comments. If you have questions, please let us know. First and foremost, how have you been doing? How has quarantine been?
I've been good. Quarantine has been quite the journey, which I'm sure we can all speak to. There have been a lot of peaks, a lot of valleys. Um, Very hard moments. There have been days where I was like, not today. And then days where I've been super full and just like overwhelmed in God's love and presence. But overall, it's been a stretching period for me.
Mm-hmm.
Stretching period. By the grace of God, family is well, friends are well. So I'm well. I,
Absolutely.
I can.
Absolutely. And as a Black woman, I wanted to ask you too, as a Black woman, just with your mental state, how everything has been going too, with everything that's going on. But I feel like you spoke it so well in moments, because go
That
ahead.
that was it. I mean, that was literally my experience through certain moments of the not todays where I woke up heavy, where I woke up seeing George Floyd and hearing that voice or thinking about Breonna Taylor's family, whatever it may be. So those are those valley moments where it felt overwhelming, but having community, having people to talk to, safe spaces. We had our time Juneteenth to like love on each other and just like encourage one another and celebrate each other. So those moments have definitely been very filling and sweet, through what are some of the toughest times we're all facing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want to say that Moments was phenomenal. I think it totally encompassed what Black people are going through. It was also a tearjerker for me. The last part, I don't want to spoil anything because y'all should all go on YouTube and watch it now. But the last scene, and then I think I said it in my notes to you, the hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Like, I,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's talk about that just because it's on my mind. What is it like? I mean, obviously we're both Black people, so we know what it's like. But when you shot that scene in particular, where it's kind of putting into perspective what Black people have to do in order to just live a normal life, and no matter what we do, whether it's suits, whether it's joggers, whether it's sunglasses, whether
Um,
you take, whatever it is that you're doing,
yeah.
we're always in this high, intense, momentum when we leave the door. Um, while you were writing this, what thoughts were in your mind? What was it that you wanted to make sure that you covered in Moments?
Huh. That's a good question. Honestly, what I had in mind were all the conversations I was having with my friends and family, like having the conversation with my dad about George Floyd and hearing the pain in his voice. talking to my friends and their husbands and hearing their husbands' perspective on what they felt and how they felt. You know, having those conversations really put me in a place of like, okay, I'm not the only person feeling these feelings. I'm not the only person enraged. And clearly I'm not. You know, first of all, let's talk about the families that are directly affected to these human beings, these beautiful human beings that are literally, you know, turned to hashtags in many cases because of someone's racism or, you know, lack of knowledge.
Right.
I had all of that in mind, and I just felt like I needed a way to express myself, to let my people know I see them, I feel them, I understand them, I am them, we are each other, and I'll have one another, you know, to get through these times and rise above them and really see some change happen.
Absolutely. When did you start writing Moments? And who okay, so super dope that you people that you know. And
Yes.
yes, because Llama's in here now, and Randy, all y'all, Martell, everybody. Shout out to your cast and crew, your Black as Hell cast and crew. Shout out to them. When did the idea come to mind for you for Moments, and when did you start writing?
The idea came to me on the height of everything happening. So the pandemic, everyone's on lockdown, and you know, we hear about Ahmaud, we hear about Breonna, we hear about George Floyd, and it literally came to me as a vision. Like God just put it on my heart, and I saw like different people experiencing the same things in their intimate spaces. And so all on quarantine, like, yes, this has gone on for ages, for centuries, but a lot of the times we move so quick in life that we don't really have the chance to sit down and really like digest how mad this stuff is.
Yeah.
So when that vision came, I literally ran to my journal and just started jotting it down the best way I knew how. And I ran to Alameda and I was like, okay, I have this idea. I don't know how it's going to happen and how we'll make it happen, but I think this is my next film. Like, I think this is my way of saying like, like excelling, you know, and just giving back, you know, something I believe God gave to me. And I started writing, I want to say that night, and it took me maybe like 2 or 3 days. Sent it to some of my friends. I sent it to Randy and her husband. I let Alameda read it. I believe maybe once I was done, I sent it to Randy and her husband and Anthony Naylor, who's another producer I work with, just to kind of get their feedback and see what they thought. Then I started to get in the mind process of like who would, you know, who could be casted for it.
Absolutely. Okay. And so did you reach out for Elijah and Ola? So and for everybody who's watching, when she refers to Alameda, that is the star, one of the stars of the show. And Elijah, who is played by
Jerry Jr.
Awesome. Okay. So did you already know him? Because Lam is your cousin. So did you already know him?
Yeah, Lam is my cousin, and Lam and Jerry have a really good relationship. They're really good friends. So when I brought it to her, she was like, "Wherever you need me, Cuzzo, I'm there." And that's community, that's family, right? And she immediately stepped up, and I was like pondering on who could, you know, play this guy because I knew I wanted someone who can tap into their sensitive side, you know, but also be raw and authentic when it came to really depicting the story of Black men and what they experienced. And she happened to be on the phone with him one day after suggesting him to me, and she let me give my little spiel for like 5 minutes, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in."
Oh,
That's done. So yeah, it was kind of like it was a God thing. That's all I can say. The cast and crew coming together was a full-on God thing. And your boy Martell changed this. Okay, let's talk about location.
come on.
Let's talk about location, production coordinator. Like, he showed up. Everybody showed up. Everybody showed up, and we really poured ourselves into this like full on. So it was, yeah.
No, how important? Because I feel like a lot of times people feel like, oh, I got to go on Actors Access. I got to go put my project on these, you know, these companies that cater to that. But it's so important to tap on your neighbor and say, hey, I know that you edit. I know that you do this. Speak to that. How important as a creative is it to knock on the door of your peers versus reaching up? Oh, hopefully.
That's all I know.
Okay.
All be right. You know, it's like, let's shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm. That's what Issa did when Issa was doing the Awkward Black Girl years ago on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Out to the homies. So
Yes.
that's what I know, is reaching out to the people that are just like me, that I know are striving for greatness, that I know want to make a beautiful impact on, you know, on this industry. And that's exactly what I did. And we literally all came together. And it
Yeah.
was just like yeses, like yeses. There were a few no's, understandably.
Mm-hmm.
The times we're in, you know, we definitely wanted to be safe, and we filmed very safely. But for the people that said yes, it was like, let's do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. What's the difference between shooting, you know, quarantine and pre-quarantine?
Girl, having the mask on, we were in there like, and then trying to keep the shoot set to like 2 to 3 people in the room, but like keeping a distance. Even things like crafty, like I bought like all like individually packed things, so like I'm already a stickler for like people putting their hands in like community things, but like
Okay.
all that, like all community or all like individually packed things, hand sanitizer on deck, everybody wash your hands, stay safe, keep distance, little elbow when we greet each other.
Hey.
It was difficult, but we all were on a mission, and it was a very respectful group of people, very hardworking group of people. So it wasn't hard to come in, get the job done, pour ourselves into it, and wrap it up.
Okay. Period, point blank. Okay. We gotta get in there and get out. All
Yeah.
right. How long did it take you to the entire process? So from writing, shooting, everything.
From writing and shooting to, it was 2 weeks.
Come on.
If that. Like I wrote it over the course of a weekend, sent it to my friends, my homies, the beginning of that week. And by the end of that week, we were planning to shoot the following week.
Yeah.
So, and my producer, Rocky Betts, who was like, all right, so we gonna like, what's up? Like, when are we executing? And that put some fire in me too. Like, okay, now I've spoken it out and shared it with people, and then around and made sure I was held accountable. So how are you going to make sure you do this? And it was like, okay. So it's not something I could just sit on for a little bit and like say like, oh, you know, eventually we'll put money together and do it. It was like, let's act and let's be obedient. And we were obedient like quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And so did you guys have because you just mentioned that you guys kind of all put together some type of fund. Was that
Oh, we didn't. We didn't.
Oh.
That's if I would have sat and thought about that, I probably would have been like, okay, December, I don't know, like, you know, we probably would have put out this far time frame. But when I say donated their love to this project, everyone donated their love.
Yeah.
Everyone donated their love and their gift. And that's why, like, just from the depths of my soul, I'm so grateful to them.
Absolutely.
Like, all came together to give something back to ourselves and our people. And in some way, it felt like healing happened through that process for all of us, because we were having the conversations of what it's been like. And, you know, in some way, we all kind of found that comfort in one another. And we haven't seen each other in months. So around your community again and being able to engage with one another was awesome.
Absolutely. Were those text conversations real? And like, did you take those from real?
They were. We changed some of the wording around for some of them, but yes, they were. Like, I received a message from a friend out here in LA that was very touching. And then Jerry he sent me like 10 messages from friends that were just reaching out. Caucasian men, like all like allies that were just like, I see you, I stand with you. So we wanted to make sure that voice was in there as well. Randy and I, who edited the film, made sure that we had that part in there to really show that while we're fighting and going through this pandemic, this racial pandemic, there are really people out there who see us, you know, are empathizing with us and also fighting with us as well.
Absolutely. And touch on that. I know for me personally, I've only had really one person and they're my actual friend.
Yeah.
was reached out to me and said, you know what, I'm feeling for you. And she's not a white person. And I think that it happens easier for people who are of color because we all understand what oppression feels like, what marginalization feels like.
Yeah.
But for you to receive those text messages, how did it make you feel personally? And do you feel like it changes how you really go about the world? Because I think sometimes it's like, all right, well, because we're seeing a lot of people who are non-black who are like putting out these messages to black people and being performative, the companies and things like that. What does it make you feel like as a black to know that people are reaching out to you? Because some of them do care. Some do genuinely care. What is it like for you to have that type of support in that way?
Well, like you, only one person reached out.
Mm.
Persian friend that I've worked with in the industry before. We've worked on a couple shows together, and I posted something on Instagram, like checking in with everyone, like, "Hey, Black women, how are y'all doing?" Like, just taking a toll. And I did the same thing for the Black men, like, this is a safe space, like, let's share and have a conversation. And she responded to that. She was like, "This message isn't directly for me, but I want you to know, like, my heart is with you and the ones you love." And I was like, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, especially in this industry, you'll hear a lot of people say they don't see color, which means you don't see me. So
Right.
just take that moment, and we've hung out outside of work before, and she's a great human, great person, but for her to take the time out to just say that really, really touched me. And reading the messages that Jerry received opened my eyes and made me have some comfort in knowing too that he had people that cared about him and his mental and his well-being. And I thought that was amazing. So I love that we have that. We can definitely identify when it's the performative, like,
Yeah.
versus the, I actually see you, and I care about you, and, I stand with you and the ones you love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I do want to get onto the art and literature because I think that that's so dope. And I think it's so important. I love set design, so shout out to Martell. Um, it's so important to portray real life Black experiences, and
Yeah,
that is real life Black experience. I will say, growing up, I always had artwork that symbolized me as a Black person.
yeah,
But
yeah,
see, now that we're grown, like, because you were relying on your parents, but now you're grown and you're starting to embark on those things on your by yourself.
yeah.
um why was it? Because you said you had African culture that was in your short film. You had Black literature from people that we know today.
Yeah.
How many of those pieces belong to you or just a part of your cast and crew? Obviously all of them.
All of Allah's set design were all of, like, my books and, like, home decor. As you can see, this
Look,
piece
I love it. I love it.
is one of my favorites. And then all of Jerry's characters, books and journals and all of that was all his stuff. So,
Hmm.
like, literally came prepared. Like, we set an entire room with all of his belongings. So it felt very personal. It felt like him. He completely embodied Elijah, but he brought elements of himself to really top it off. So they were all pieces of things we personally have in our homes already. And for me, being in quarantine, I really had the chance to, like, take a step back and get back into books. I love reading books, like, they're all over my room. Um, but I find myself starting books a lot and getting, like, halfway through, and they sit there on the shelf. But quarantine, like, I reread Americana, I read Homegoing. Next I'm reading Heavy, and I've been in a book club with other Black people.
Come
So
on.
I had to make sure that that was, like, part of it, because that, I think we've all kind of gone back to the basics since being in quarantine, where we're going back to books, and, we're going back to journaling and kind of doing the things that slow us down, but also bring us, some peace, and allows us to kind of tap out, once in a while, and be in another space, and read someone else's words.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And of journaling and the yoga, are those all things that you've been doing during quarantine to, because I saw you in an Instagram post, you actually mentioned that you were doing yoga and you've taken up, just a different lifestyle. Has it helped? And
It sure has. I were just talking today, and we kind of joked how, like, for some people, like, they do yoga to stay fit, but for us on quarantine, we've done it to really just like be okay. To, you know, really just stretch out the muscles and allow whatever like tension we're holding in our bodies to be released. So it's definitely helped. I've had moments where I've just like gotten up. It's been a while, but where I've gotten up and just like went for a walk, or like got outside to like jog or something, and just like allow the sun to hit my face and my body. So doing some sort of activity has definitely helped. And this is my way of telling myself that I need to get back to it, because it's been a second.
Girl, you don't never gain no type of weight. I know you. Listen, you gotta see. Toyin and Lam don't gain no damn weight, and I be sick. I'm sick and I'm sick and I'm tired. You talking about you trying to do yoga and get into it? Please.
It's everything. It's the oversized everything. You just don't see it.
Well, it looks good, girl, because oversized on me is overweight. Okay, I'm pushing it, but I'm the same. You know, I agree. It is because when I was watching this, I was like, dang, what have I been doing to like get myself mentally okay? Because as a journalist, that's literally my job, to read each news line. You know, so it's like while watching moments, I was like, dang, do I need to take a moment to like, you know, backtrack, because I think it's so ingrained in Black people to see it all the time, to read another headline, Breonna Taylor, oh my, it's literally, it's just a way of life for Black people, you know. And so your short film really made me think of, like, to myself, like, dang, our situation is really jacked up. It's really jacked up. And just shout out to you for you. To me, you perfectly portrayed exactly what it feels like, because our experience is unlike anybody else. You know, there are other people who are oppressed. There's people of color who are marginalized and who don't have the opportunities that the majority has. Yeah. But I think the experience of Black people is so unique because we show so much resilience, no matter what happens. It's almost as if we kind of feed off of the energy that the world takes away from us. And but yeah, so really to end that is congratulations.
Thank you.
You did an exceptional job. You really, really did. What scene, what moment from your short film was the most emotional for you?
Man, they all had a huge impact on me. I have two. I have three. Okay. I have three. I'll start with the moment the character Ola is reading the news about Breonna Taylor. Mm-hmm. And it's such a moment of like defeat meets power. It's like, again, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, again, reckless. Like, reckless. That hit hard, that hit home. Another moment was when the character Elijah was watching the video of George Floyd. So up until the day we shot, he had never seen the video, and I hadn't either. Like I purposely stayed away from watching it because I was like, I just cannot.
Yeah.
Not. So seeing him react in real time to watching it just broke.
Yeah.
And the scene where he was under the cover, we actually like made sure like no one else was in the room so he can just have that
moment
to himself. And I stood back and just was like allowing this Black man to feel all the feels, like allowing him to break, allowing him a moment to be weak, like saying yes, like you have every right to feel how you feel, was super empowering and moving for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, every moment. Like every but those would be my top three.
Girl, listen, it was the hoodie for me, but the end chat, I was like, and so okay, wait, so did you how did you align the protest? Did you even, okay, go ahead.
Really quickly, something I want to say, because that was like the point, or a lot of the inspiration behind moments, was that we are seeing and experiencing these injustices in our world every day. And as Black people, we still have to show up. We still have to show up for work. We still have to show up for our family, although like inside we are feeling like just all the way depleted. So that was a huge, huge inspiration to say like we are all facing some sort of battle, whether it is the racial injustices, whether it's financial stuff, what have you. But I really wanted to make it a point to show and kind of depict that fly on the wall essence that, you know, we don't know what the next person is battling.
Yeah.
When it comes to the protest, that was happening.
Girl,
We
did
had
you?
no control over that, but we were like, "Hey, Lom, there's a protest." Like, and she grabbed the sign and just went at it. So that was real time. We were right in Hollywood.
Oh my, because
It was divine.
I was like, wait a minute, did that like literally that was so perfect and
Yeah,
like child, that's literally when the tears. I was like, please, child, let me pause it. And even though it was at its end, I was like, this is crazy. Because in reality, I know for me as a Black woman, when I do see other Black people, especially, you know, we from the Midwest, so we say hello, good morning, good night to people. Out here, it's a little different. But whenever I see a Black person, I'm always, and you know, whether I say it verbally or not, I'm always like, oh my gosh, you know, I hope you're okay today. I hope you have a good day. I hope you're at peace. One thing that I'm trying to do now on Twitter is, hey, Black people, find peace today. You know, in any way that you can.
yeah.
Absolutely. But now I want to get into you as a person, girl.
Good.
So, when did you decide to be a filmmaker or a TV producer? All of those things, be a creative. When was the moment when you were like, this is what I want to do, this is my calling?
That was when I was in grad school. I was having a conversation with my then mentor, Dr. Lawrence, who was a professor at SIU. Shout out to all of my Salukis. Hey. Um, we were having a conversation one day, and I was at that place where I was trying to figure out what was next. Like, I already tapped into the corporate America, you know, marketing. And I just knew I had other gifts inside of me, and I just didn't really know how to, one, acknowledge them, and two, be confident in them.
Mm.
Down with him and just kind of expressing all of these things and all the fears, he was like, you know, you just like literally described what a producer is, what a TV and film producer is. And I said, I did what? Like, do that. So I get online, start researching, and this was in 2014. Came across Ava DuVernay, like at the very beginning of
Oh,
her.
girl, girl, no, listen, people just now getting hip to Ava, girl. People just now, but no, girl, continue though. Yes.
I saw her and it was a wrap. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, so there is a Black woman who comes from a similar background. I
Mm-hmm.
in PR. I didn't go to film school. I didn't have any of that artsy, you know. I went to NYU, and shout out to all the people that do go to film school. I just didn't have that behind me. So seeing her story kind of gave me that push that like there's space for me. And
Mm-hmm.
that I was like, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna pursue it. And literally for the rest of grad school, whenever it came down to like research and anything, it was about Black creatives, point blank, period. I was doing my research. I was, you know, looking into other women who look like me. And I've always known about like the Maras. And at that time, I was watching Issa do, you know, Awkward Black Girl. So I knew and saw them, but there was something different about seeing Ava. And it ignited something in me. So that's Queen Mother for me.
Okay. And she did like in her 30s, like super way into her career and just said, you know what, pivot. I got something else to do. Okay. So, yes, that's definitely for people in, you can at any point in life, do what you got to do you. Okay.
Yes,
Point blank.
yes.
Um, how did you, or actually, favorite TV show and film?
Rocky, you know you bogus with this, right? Because I don't, okay, here's something about me. I don't just have one thing. Like,
Okay. Top five. Top five.
show.
First, yeah, we'll do top three shows, top three movies.
top 3 shows: The Wire,
Okay.
Martin.
Okay. No, that's cool. You gonna kill me. I'm trying to see The Wire. That first season is a little hefty.
Fine. Get on Amazon Prime and just go ahead and watch it, sis. Just go. That's your assignment for this weekend. Just go binge all the seasons.
I know. I need to, because it's a lot of great Black talent, and I heard Idris killed. Child. Okay. Next,
Lito,
you said who?
ask him how he brought that American accent out. And it was an amazing moment of him telling me the things that we do and how we talk, how like our American accents, like we talk with our tongue towards the roof of our mouth. Like when we say words, we do that often. So he studied how we talk and showed up and carried that accent through the seasons he was on there. And I thought that was really incredible.
Okay.
Real life is really beautiful. That's that. So we just gonna get off that subject. Okay, so The Wire.
Idris, if you're here.
That man married Rocky.
Okay. Oh, right.
And we honor the union. We honor the union.
Never mind. You're saved.
But that's that. So I would say The Wire, Martin, and I'm really big into like crime and like drug like series. So I would say like it's an even tie between Snowfall and Top Boy.
Okay. Man, I had to come back to Snowfall because that first season was a little too much for me. Emotional, like it was a lot.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? I'm gonna come, and that's for me. I had to take a moment because certain content I can't really deal with. The same with 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, I get it.
It was like, okay, let me table it. But Snowfall, phenomenal.
Yeah.
So good. Definitely all y'all. The suggestions that Twain is putting out there, definitely, check them out. Okay, and so top 3 movies.
Ooh, okay. Do the Right Thing.
Okay.
Coming to America. Ooh. Jeez, those are my top 2. Yeah, Do the Right Thing and Coming to America. I give my one good comedy and my one like social justice, like, speaking to the heart film. But I love some Spike, so.
Okay, same. I do love Spike. He has so many favorites where it's like, I can't. I do want to, so last question about you is dream talent that you would love to work with. It could be director, actor, writer, producer, whoever. But you gonna say Ava. Now I'm like, you gotta say Ava.
She's at the top. Ava, if you're out there.
Yes, right. We gonna call on you, Ava, not Idris. Ava.
Ava's at the top. Jordan Peele.
Yes.
Issa's definitely there. Kerry Washington.
Okay.
And because she's behind the camera now. She's in front of the camera. And someone's work I've admired for a long time, starting with the series called First, is Will Catlett. He's a beast. Okay. He was in Black Lightning, Love Is.
Yes. I saw Love Is was great. I'm so
I know.
Drama. But yeah. Table it. But yes, no, Love Is was amazing. I'm not just now getting hip to him, but Love Is the show that got me hip to Will. So we do have a special segment called Yes. I know I need some music, but they be trying to stop me on here. Oh, and speaking of music, original music by British Mendoza. Super shout out to her. Oh my goodness.
Oh, she in here.
British, wherever you are, amazing. Like seriously, like that. I mean, from start to finish, and I love the love letter when Elijah's scene comes in. And listen, Toyin, you did it, okay? You did it. You did that. THAT, that you did, okay? You did. It was so good. And it's so crazy because what I love is it really shows how the relationship between Black men and women and how important our relationship is to stay together, period, for the advancement of our people in general. And while they didn't know each other, they ended up coming together at the end. So, girl, yeah.
Shout out to the team, man. Shout out to the team. Everyone's execution. Jerry's, Lams, everyone. Randy editing, British with the music, and British. And I keep saying this, but like I'm calling her like at 1:00 in the morning, like, hey, can you add a little more a little track to this? And she like on it, like amazing. Like everyone literally came and poured themselves into this, and I feel like that body of work embodies us to the fullest.
No, it does. It does. You nailed it. You really, really did. So random questions with Rocky.
Hey, let's go.
Right. So this is totally random.
Okay.
In connection to anything. However, there is a cute one though for you and all my Chicago people in the building. So your first question: if you could choose your age forever, what age would you choose and why?
22.
Okay.
It was the year I graduated college and experienced my first like summer in Chicago as like an adult.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Like life just felt blissful at that time. Like I was like on the brink of adulthood, and I see now that I'm here, it's real, real ghetto. It's real ghetto here. So I was still naive at that time, but in a beautiful way, like learning, open to new experiences. So I would say 22. Yeah.
I feel that. Now that you said, because at first I was like maybe 25, because you could rent a car without that extra bill. It's a lot of different things you got to consider sometimes. But 20,
that's real.
Like what is I can do? 22 is good though, because you can get into clubs, or whatever it is that you want to partake in. But that is a cute age. I agree, and you're still like young. You got your metabolism. I agree. 22 is good. Okay.
No
number.
Hangovers.
Wait. What'd you say?
I said no hangovers, none of that. Like, just living.
Okay, because who am I today? I'm like, I thought this was a myth.
It's ghetto.
Okay, they talking about some quarantine weight. I'm like, wait, I wasn't ready. But no. So, what skill do you think everyone should have?
Ooh, a skill everyone should have. It's one everyone does have, but I think everyone should execute. Communication. That's it.
And what's funny that you say that is you're a Capricorn. And I feel like, sorry, I'm big on Zodiac's girl because y'all know I was going to bring it up. It is a Capricorn. Communication for them is no communication. So I'm like, wow, okay. But no, I agree. That's so real. That's so real because so many days pass by where there are people who are just not expressing how they feel.
Yeah.
In general, and I think that those are the moments where your stress and depression can start to creep up.
And I've been there. That's like high for me right now. Like I'm really trying to practice that daily, expressing myself in some way.
Yeah.
Communicating that expression in some way, verbally or in a journal, in a voice note, whatever it may be, but usually talking to someone and just making sure I'm always communicating where I'm at.
Absolutely. I agree. Totally. Number 3, would you rather lose all of your money or all of your pictures?
All my pictures.
Oh.
What?
I'm dead. I'm thinking, okay, because you got to think about like pictures that your kid pictures, all pictures.
My God. Ooh. Thank you for perspective. Thank you for perspective. Now, when you said pictures, I was just kind of thinking like my Instagram or something, right?
Oh.
And talking about family pictures, history. Oh yeah, no, that money we'll find the money at some point.
Okay. It's funny because when I was thinking about my answer, I was like, damn, like, it's hard because you feel like through experience, you've earned that through monetary purposes, you've earned that.
Right,
So it's like, what is it that you're willing to give up?
Yeah. Thank you for because I was thinking of it in a different way. Very much Instagram, but when we're talking about family, like, because recently my family has been going through all the old photos. So I'm seeing my dad like in the early 80s with the bell bottoms when he had hair, like sis, like when they were in Nigeria, all of that. So, and those moments are so precious to me because I'm getting to see them in a time where, I didn't know them. Like I wasn't born yet. So it's like being in that moment through those photos is like, that's priceless.
Absolutely. I agree. And
Yeah.
like being able to see that, I just like what you just said is you're seeing your parents before you even knew them. You only know them for who they are today, but before, like you had your group.
Right.
Fourth question. This is the hot one.
See, I already know what you have to ask. I have a hint.
Oh, okay. I feel like I already know what you're gonna say, only because I think I know. We gonna just say it. People in the chat too. If y'all from here, tell me what it is that y'all decide. Harold's.
I knew it.
Or Uncle Remus.
Harold. You don't even got to. What you said, Harold's. We were done there. Give me the 2 catfish, 3 wing dinner, lemon pepper on my wings, mild sauce on my wings. Leave my catfish dry. I'm gonna just use hot sauce like on the side.
Come on. Listen, why does Toyin have her order? Has her order.
My sister here, and they know every time I go home, let's go to Harold's, and I'm getting my catfish and wing dinner.
Period. Have you been to the one in Hollywood?
Yeah. Well, no, I haven't. No, just the one in Country Club Hills.
It's super cute. It's super cute. They got a bar situation up in there. It's real nice. Okay. Okay. And in the front of the building, black owned, black owned, black owned.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
I know. Well, honestly, I haven't been home since 2019. So.
Okay.
In a minute. But yeah, I had no idea there was one in Homewood. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hollywood is getting there. They're stepping up. Diversity. We're getting there. But thank you so much. Like I said, congratulations. Moments was amazing. Everybody, please go check out Moments. This is on YouTube right now. Like literally as we're talking right now, it's there right now. Toyin, tell us where else we can follow you. Any other projects that you have coming up?
As of now, I'm going to return to writing. Hopefully get into more writing dialogue this time. So that's my new challenge now, is getting into more dialogue writing. I'm on Instagram primarily. I got a Facebook, but that's like family and high school, college friends. So that's actor connecting is Instagram. I'm a freelance TV producer. So now that the industry is picking back up, I just signed on to do a new project for HBO Max, which is a design show. So that's really exciting. So I'll be supervising producer on that.
Come on. Come on. I wish I could give you hearts on here. Listen.
Rocky.
Come on.
God is
come
good.
on, Toyin.
God is good.
All the time. Literally. Like that's come on. And on HBO Max, listen, because they got great ass shows, okay?
And they keep sending me these emails, and I'm like, I'm about to go to the office and be like, hey, y'all, what's up?
But no, seriously, congratulations. That is amazing. Like everything that you have going on, you have earned, you deserve so much more. And I'm very proud of you. I'm one of them fans too. And also y'all do need to follow her on Instagram though, because aside from her being amazing as a creative, them outfits, okay? The pictures, and I witnessed it in person, y'all. Like literally, her and Lom will find anywhere in the neck of anywhere and make it an entire photo shoot. How? Who are you?
You know, it's just the creative juices that just flow within our veins. And right, I don't want you to stunt like you don't do it to them on Instagram. Let's not do that.
Listen,
you know, you will show up after like you've been a fire for a minute, and sister drop a picture with her braids hanging all the way down. You don't have to do that to us. but I appreciate the beauty.
Listen, just take me in your backpack, in your purse, in your handbag, whatever you're going to get photos, please. I'd love to join.
I got you.
Okay?
Done deal.
And all doing yoga and everything. And if you guys have any questions, I know we're actually running out of time. Please hit her up. But yes, give your Instagram handle though, really quick.
Toyin Giwa. It's TOYINGIWA. Toyin Giwa.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for this space. Honestly, like, you know, I've been tuning in when I can or catching them on your page after. Thank you for still creating a space in quarantine for Black creatives to just come together and have a conversation and feel safe doing it. Like, you are awesome. You know, I see and I'm rooting for you all the time. I'm proud of you for just using your voice, using your gifts to really make a mark in this industry. And I'm excited to see all the great things you're going to continue to do.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I'm glad that we are fans of each other and we have witnessed each other, even though we may not see each other all the time. I've seen your growth, and I very appreciate all the compliments that you've given me. It's so important for me, and I know it is for you as well, to advocate for ourselves as Black people, as Black women, most importantly. And I'm very appreciative of you being a part of it. And I had a list of my people, and I was like, I gotta get Toyin on here. I gotta get her on here. Like, literally, it's just a beautiful journey that we're all going through, and we're all learning together. There's so many different things, conversations that Black people are having right now within the Black community. I wanted to focus, so much on your art today, but I would love to have you back on to talk about other things as well. So yes, no, absolutely. No, I would love for you to come back, and so that we can, have a conversation about so many different things, as we've had outside of this forum. So, but again, thank you so much. Congratulations and happy Friday, girl. Enjoy your day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And thank you everyone that tuned in. I see all of y'all commenting.
Yes, you. I know, right? Come on.
Here, Lon, Jerry, Randy, British, Portia. Yes.
Yes. And shout out to the Moments cast and crew. You guys did an amazing job, and you had an amazing leader to spearhead the entire way. So congratulations to all of y'all. And to the stars we go.
That it's only up.
Okay. Period.
Only up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. See you later, Toyin.
Safe, girl.